Well, I want to thank everybody. You've made it to the end of the summit. I want to thank all our presenters for their presentations. Let's give them a round of applause. As well as our sponsors who without their generosity, we could not host this at the incredible fee of free. So I want to thank them as well and their time. In closing, I'd love to say that we had a nice door prize for the folks that are still in the room and did not skip out to play hooky on this beautiful day. But all I got to offer is some highlights and closing remarks. So I hope you caught some of the same, and I'd love to hear if you had other ideas, as well as thank the people that are online. I kind of wanted to say out in Radio Land, but that's not right. But highlights, it should say road salt is impacting our waters. This is what happens when you type these during the day in the conference. But road salt is impacting our waters, our surface water and our groundwater. You've seen the information about Lake George tripling, but it's much higher in our tributaries, 6 to 10 times higher. And we're seeing it in our groundwater, and that over time will continue to leach out. So it's going to take time to clean our waters, even as we clean and improve our practices up on land. It's going to be continuous improvement. I think that might have been a line from Tim earlier. And we do that. You've got to know your materials. You heard about how to know when they work, know how they work. At what temperatures do you apply that when you use your brine? When are you going to apply that? You need to know and understand the applications, the rates. So really, there's a lot of information and knowledge and experience that has been put into this and provided to you today. And these resources are around for you to use and to reach out to. Know your numbers, I heard today. And it's so important to calibrate and measure. When we talk about the best practices, and Phil and Rakib have drilled these into me and to others. The first two are measure and calibrate. You can't miss or what you don't measure. And if you don't measure it and if you don't calibrate it, you're not going to know what you're putting down. So really, that is very important as well. Education, some people, glimpse at this and education, but I think it's also another aspect of this is public expectation. We didn't talk about that. That's a topic I do want to bring on. Ted brought that up a little bit in his great keynote. But really, what are our expectations, and can we learn to lower those? We don't need to have the penny loafers going to Walmart or your store of choice during a snowstorm, or do you even have to go out? With people that have worked remotely over the past year and a half, is that another option that we can use? And this is the public expectation and private involvement as well. Can we work with our private entities? We've been successful in a bit with our public entities here. We really want to reach out and start that connection with the privates. Here in Lake George, you hear that it's as much as 50%, possibly more, of our salt loading. We need to work with them, make them part of the equation. And when I say equation, that's to move to solutions. Our motto at the Lake George Association, science to solutions. So we don't want to say they're part of the problem. We want to make them part of the solution. So let's bring them in. I'm glad Jeremy was here, and hopefully we can have more contractors over the years to come in and partner with us and help us get these solutions going. And this will take time. We were talking, Rakib said earlier, the leap of faith, baby steps. That was one of the questions I had to Rob Fitch. How long does it take you to set up a brining program, the steps that are involved? Start with a couple roads here or there. Try your brining. Make sure you're comfortable with it, and then take steps, because we know that our contractors, our public servants, our operators, are out there on the front lines in very difficult conditions, and they have an important job to protect our safety. So let's work with them. That's what we try to do, is give them resources. That's why we've invested so much. That's why, our other partners, Lake Champlain Sea Grant, ADK Action, and all the others, we're here to help you to try to find funding, help you advocate to get more funds from New York State and other states, Vermont. So with that, I want to thank you all. We'll close out and Chris, yes.
I just wanted to make a shameless plug, kind of not a plug, but I kind of want your participation. If you know people who are focused on parking lots and sidewalks, Lake Champlain Sea Grant is hosting an online winter maintenance training for parking lot and sidewalk maintenance. It's Monday, October 25th from 8 to 1. It's online, it's free, and there is space open. So if anybody does that, it would be great to have your participation.
And, we have everyone's email, and we can circulate that, I think, and maybe you can post that in the chat box if you got. So, and if there are any other comments, questions people have, I don't want to be the last word. You've heard me enough today. But anyway, with that, I want to thank everyone. Thank you for coming. Look forward to working with you all, and hopefully see you before next year. So thanks a lot.